Floridian Rollo. I'm your host, Floridian Rollo. Without further ado, one of the supporters has come into Florida. We linked up today. Tell the folks who you are and how you found out about my channel.
What's up? My name's Amir Carter. I've been following Rollo for some years now. I found out about his channel through, I believe it was either New Breed or Ringo, one of those two. I think it was Ringo. So I was watching his channel when he mentioned Rollo. A lot of them would mention Rollo, so I checked out his channel and watched his videos. I was like, this dude's solid. So now we're here, years later. Now we need it in the flesh.
All right, so tell the people from the time we linked up to the time we having this conversation, what goes through your mind, see me in real time in comparison to being on the internet.
Uh, so with Rollo, I would say it's the same thing, man. What you see on the internet, that's how it is in real time. Very chill dude. We just been talking about different things in life, like we would during his live. So what you see on the screen, that's how it is. That's how it is in real time.
So, when you get out of the environment of returning back to Florida, what takes you to coming here for the first time? I know it's different than when you come from. Take the people to the mindset of coming to this mall, and what have you learned thus far being here?
Yeah, so being in this mall, it's the Millennium Mall. It's nice. I mean, I like being here. Everybody's out with their families. It's a very open, bright space. So I'm loving the vibe. A lot of nice stores here. Um, it's cool. It's cool. I'm enjoying myself
Right. So, now I have a couple of questions.
here.
Is Florida different than where you come from? If so, how much of a difference of the personalities, the conversations, the environment, the weather? What would you say to somebody who has not been to Florida, what to look out for?
Um, the, yeah, definitely Florida's a lot different compared to the Midwest. That's why I live in the Midwest. So um, people just seem a little bit more family oriented. Um, just, I mean, the weather's different too, because it's a lot more high, humid here compared to the Midwest, a lot colder. Um, it's good vibe, it's good energy here. People do seem like they're more open to meeting you compared to like the Midwest. They can be a little bit more closed off. Um, so I would say that's different in terms of the people. What was that other question?
The adapting in comparison weather-wise.
Yeah, I'm adapted. I've been outside pretty much every day, so um, I'm adapting to the weather. And it was pretty hot where I live because of summertime, so like here it's just another level.
Now, when it comes down to business, a lot of people that met me said that I'm very serious about my business and my walk and how I do things. So take the people to, you know, liberate the conversation, sort of what we had, and what's your take on the business side of things or how I operate?
Yeah, so Raulo, he's somebody who, he lets you know he's very open, communicative. It wasn't hard to meet up. I just sent him a message and like, hey man, I'm here. I'm here in Orlando, so let's meet up. So it was very easy to get in contact with him. It was real easy. Like he's a simple dude. Like it's not hard to do business with him. Very clear.
Okay, so the people want to know what you mean by that because you say it's easy to connect with me. is he saying it's easy to connect with me in terms of being open, or it's easy to learn from me? Because it's different types
Mm.
of questions that will come up with that.
Yeah, so when I say easy to connect, I mean like it wasn't a complicated process. Like I didn't have to go through a whole bunch of like different people or different channels. Because you know how some people have their managers, they take over their account or whatever. Like Marlo, we talking to the man himself. So it was just very simple to talk to him, and like he was very communicative. It wasn't hard to reach out and talk to him. That's what I'm saying.
So would you say that a lot of people is afraid to go to the next step because they've been in a closed minded community majority of their life? Why does it take people years to figure out one situation from your observation?
Yeah, so I would say it does. For most people, it is harder for them to change their environment or change the situation because most people are pretty close-minded. Um, what I try to do, I always try to keep an open mind, try different things, meet different people, be in different situations. Um, but I can understand for the people who are closed-minded because that's all they know, and people like what they know. It makes them feel comfortable. When you get in different environments, situations, it's uncomfortable. But that's what comes with growth. You got to be uncomfortable. So that's why, for me, my philosophy, I always try to embrace getting uncomfortable. Get outside of your comfort zone. Meet up with this person. Go talk to them. Try different things. That's how you grow in life.
So, what is the biggest thing you learned from Brainwave's platform, Ringo's platform, and my platform? What have you learned that have better your life through God and Christ? More importantly, what have you learned how to adapt with the conversations those brothers have, and like myself?
Yeah, so the main thing I learned from you, Brainwaves, Ringo, is take care of yourself. Make sure you're good, get right with the Most High, get right, um, get your mind right, get your body right, as Ringo says, get your money right, and everything will just come. Just keep the focus on you. Because if you're not taking care of, you can't take care of the people you love. I would say that's the biggest thing I learned from all three of you guys.
What was the biggest challenge that you face that you have now finally removed that out of your life to see more open doors?
So the biggest challenge I faced was fear, like um, fear of. It was more like perfectionism. I was very much a perfectionist. I always tried to look perfect all the time, and I always wanted to get it right. But what's helped me is just realizing that there's no such thing as perfect. There's no such thing as um, everything's gonna be together. You just gotta do it, and then you learn along the way. So I would say that's the biggest obstacle that I used to struggle with big time in the past, but now I'm in a better place with it.
Did you ever thought that you will see yourself in a better situation at this particular time, or was it was obstacles that you allowed to happen for you to get to where you at and where you going in the future?
So I would say, yeah, I always had like faith that everything would work out. That's one of my mottos that I've always um, implemented in my spirit and always put into my mind. That everything is going to work out in the end. So that's always been my mindset, even when I was younger, when I was going through very darker times mentally in my life. I always told myself, we got tomorrow. There's a bright future ahead. Um, we're gonna make it. Pretty much. I always had that kind of hope in my heart.
So let me ask you this question. What you consider being successful right now in 2025? What do you deem yourself, or what you look at successful when it comes to winning?
I would say success is, I would say peace of mind, man. Like, you have your peace of mind because when you have peace, you're not worried about money. You're not worried about where you're living at. Just like total peace of mind and serenity. I would say that's real success. And then, once you're in that mental clarity and state, everything that you need, whatever you need, is gonna come because you're in that peaceful, calm mindset. So you're actually gonna do things that are in alignment with that. If that makes sense. So I would say that'll be the ultimate sign of success, in my opinion, in this day and age. Because once you have the peace, everything's gonna come.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have any questions for me?
Let's see. What would you say your definition of success is nowadays?
Learning the landscape of what you're going to tolerate and what's going to come with the situation of, is this place going to work out in its favor for me? I'm going to say this. When you come to any place, any environment, you will know where you at within 3 months. It don't take years. The reason why people say years is because they want to get the fun out the way. You know what I'm saying? They come to an environment they never been to before. They want to have a good time, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, if you're going to be committed to staying for a length of time, you will get your answer in 3 months if it's worth staying or not. When you talk to the average person, they wait 2 years, and the average rich person got to get their answer in 3 months. So you got to think big. Okay, I'm here 3 months. So let me give you an example. Let's say you come with 1,000 down here. You got your place. You paid your place for a couple of months. You got your car, so you good. You got that out the way. Always pay something 2 months ahead of time before you come to any other place, right? That's why I recommend anybody. That's what most successful people do, or becoming successful do. Okay, so you got 2 months to figure out what you're gonna do. Okay, so now you get something within a month, more likely, because you don't wanna come to a place and you don't have nothing to fall back on, because that's what most people do. It's not wrong taking a risk. Are you going to take the risk and not complain about it is the question. And don't come down here comfortable, come down here with a purpose. See, when I came back down here the 29th of last month, I came back down here with a purpose. I had to come to fulfill within a certain time frame. I took care of stuff ahead of time. So when you take care of stuff ahead of time, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get more results. I think a lot of people rush, and that's the biggest issue in America, in particular, regardless of the race. I think a lot of people rush. And when you rush and you're not knowing the circumstances of where you at, you push yourself back 5 to 10 years back if you're not careful. So I would say any place you want to move, even overseas, don't matter. 3 months. Have 2 months ahead of time. Take care of yourself 2 months ahead of time. That's the advice I gave to Zax, and it panned out for him. I will give that advice to anybody because a lot of men and women come down here and they seen I did it with barely anything. You're not me. I'm my own person. I've been through a lot than the average person, so I know how to survive. So when I came down here back with a little something, I may have lost a little bit of asset here and there. I knew I was going to regain it. It was just a matter of when. And so when I made the decision to become a full residency here, everything started opening up. Now there's some things I got to deal with the bank and all this other BS. Because like I told you behind the scenes, it's a lot of BS to become successful. A lot of rich people ain't going to tell you that. It's a lot of BS. Yeah, you got money. You can provide for your family, your kids, your loved ones. It comes with a lot of BS. It's not an easy road to be rich. I think our forefathers would tell you that. It was not easy. Yeah, God gave them, provided for them, took care of them, but there's always another side to it. Always remember that. And don't be surprised by any gimmicks. I always tell guys this and they don't learn. They're hard-headed because they feel like I'm young, I'm in my 40s, you can't tell me what to do. You're talking to somebody that's been around important people most of my life, even if I didn't ask for it. And so, just because I'm not rich doesn't mean I don't know how rich people move. I'm very well connected with a lot of people. I just think people are not fully ready because they have to develop getting out of fear, get ready for the backlash, get ready for the slander. It comes with it. You ask any rich person outside of the money, what bothers you the most? They'll tell you the lies and slander. If they see that you're ready to hear what they got to say. So being successful is great. Yeah, get ready for the slander, get ready for the lies, get ready for people to try to set you up, line you up. That stuff is real, bro. I deal with it all the time. And by the grace of the Most High, I don't look like I'm stressed out, but I could have been crashed out. The stuff I see, the average black man, the average black woman have not even seen. Even people with money have not seen what I've seen. It will make you lose your mind. And that's why I'm more ready than the average person. Even though I may look like it based on numbers, I may not have it, but my mindset has gotten me through more hurdles than the average person. That's why when you see when we came here, how the people respected me. They know who I am. They know I don't play. I don't come to play. I come to take over.
Yeah, I will say this, Rollo, he does walk like a man with purpose, man. Like when you see him, he walks like he's about his business. So that's the kind of energy this brother gives. He don't play. Yeah.
Yep. So we got Forever Studio in the building. We got Marissa Eldridge in the building. So go ahead, you can ask me another question.
Let me see here. This kind of goes into our conversation we were having earlier. What countries would you say are the best places for, I guess you could say, brothers and sisters in the truth, in the know? What are some good countries you would recommend? Or it doesn't matter?
I will say this, being a traveler, been to Johannesburg, been to Jamaica, been to Costa Rica, been to Brazil, been to Bahamas, I mean, the list goes on. And the Virgin Islands, I've been there. Jamaica, of course, the most I've been to out of all the other places, for the most part. I would say, learn how to deal with your travel here before you're ready to go live elsewhere. Just like any place, it has its perks. You don't want to be with the in crowd. You want to be with the crowd that's not too into the mess, if that makes sense. I say try it out for a month. See how things will go for a month if you make that final decision. Learn what the locals, treat them with respect as they will treat you with respect. And one thing that so-called black people have to do, you have to support. You have to take care of them. It's not always financially. That's part of it though, because when I went to other countries and I supported those people, they connected me to important people. Just because a person may not have it doesn't mean they're not connected. You got a lot of people in other countries I'm connected to. I could talk to the Colombian president if I wanted to. I could talk to the Brazilian president if I wanted to. Why? Because I made relations with these people. Some of them, they doing real good. Some of them, they're just like us. They're just figuring things out. And I never disrespected them. They never disrespected me. So they plugged me into the important people. That's how you get to deal with important people, so that could be more leniency for you to get dual citizenship or opportunities. Because a lot of people close their mouths. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all go work and go home. That's not life. When you come down here to this state, whether the men and women young, because they start early working here, or to my age in the 40s and somewhat 50s and 60s, people move around. people are not really as stressed out. You know what's the biggest stress down here in Florida? You ready for this?
I'm ready.
The biggest, what y'all consider stress in Florida, is how much fun can I have? For the most part, when it comes to work, it could be at times you don't want to be bothered. They don't put no pressure on you down here for the most part. The pay is it's like anywhere. I tell you how I survive is I always do other things. I try not to worry too much about the money. And I realize when you don't worry about the money as much, the money comes to you. You know what I'm saying? And another thing is that you're gonna deal with challenges because people are not used to seeing consistency. You know what I'm saying, from us. A lot of us is not consistent like we think we are. I'll give you a case and example while I talk about consistency. Consistency is you pay stuff and do stuff way before the due date comes. The average man does not understand what I just said. We always accustomed, wait till the end of the month. Fuck waiting till the end of the month. Pay your stuff in the middle of the month. And that's why I was showing Zats and many people behind the scenes. Pay your stuff in the middle. So let's say hypothetically, okay, your rent is about 1,000. Pay 2,000. If you're not going anywhere, if you're the type of dude that just work and go home, why you not paying more of your bills? You're not going out like me. You're not doing active things and buying certain things and getting certain things to, build your other side of your hustle. So if you're not hustling outside of your workplace, you should be paying more so that you don't have to go to the job messed up in the head, if that makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that goes into something else I wanted to say. What would you say is the best skill to have in 2025 for anybody, young, old? What are the top?
Having connections with people, building relationships with people.
Okay.
The money will come when it's supposed to come. Because there's a lot of people that's rich, don't have no friends, don't have no partner. There's people that don't have too much going on, don't have no friends, don't have no partner. Because they don't know how to conversate, they don't know how to talk. Connections is going to get you far in life. Even when the shutdown happens, who you going to go to?
Okay, so connections.
Yeah.
What's another one you would say?
Having something that people could rely on so they could have something for you to rely with them. Relying on each other is very important. That's what's missing a lot. We have allowed certain deities and entities to tell us how to take care of our family, provide for our children, provide for one another. And we have stepped away from learning how to connect with each other.
Let me see here. I got any other questions. Let's see. What is your thoughts on? Do you think? No, let me think about this. Let me see. It left my brain. The question I was gonna ask. Let's see.
Take your time. To everybody that's tuning in, can y'all hear us?
You can hear us?
Yeah, they should be able to hear us. Can y'all hear us real good? Put a 5 in the chat if you can hear us real good. Okay. Whenever you're ready for your question.
Okay. Yeah, so when it comes to, I guess we can say on a spiritual level.
Okay.
What are some things that you do to stay strong, and how do you know someone's spiritually in the right place?
All right. So how I know if somebody's spiritually in the right place is how the first 5 seconds, how we meet and greet. I could tell if it's a shady situation. I could tell if you are sent or not. And I have it to where as we go into an environment where everybody's around and I get my answer from there. So let's say if people don't say anything to you, that's a red flag to me. If not one person say anything to you, I consider that a red flag. And I learned that from that individual. Nobody say anything to him. That's when I knew something wasn't right. At least a few people say something to you. So that's a good thing. I'll tell you that in the chat too. If you with somebody and nobody say anything to you, not no hi, no hello, that's a red flag. That's the biggest red flag. Then I know I'm not dealing with a person. It's something in that person I gotta watch out for. Yeah. And women, so if I'm hanging out with a person for the first time and women ain't saying anything to you, not even a hi, hello, I gotta be careful with you. Because they know who I am. So if they don't say anything to you or don't have a different conversation, yeah.
So my next question would be, what would you recommend to keep a level head in this day and age? Like, how do you stay grounded?
Oh, that's a good question. How can you stay grounded in this society?
Yeah. How do you stay grounded?
Give me more of an example.
Okay. So let's just say, like you were saying, you go to work, and then you go home. You work and go home.
Okay.
That's routine.
Okay.
And that's literally all you do. You work, you eat, you go, I don't know, you get your fast food, your Chick-fil-A, you go home, you work and eat. That's all you do. Maybe every now and then you go on a little vacation for like a week, but that's your life. So how do you stay grounded, and how do you stay, I guess, how can you have hope?
If I was to do working and go home and go out periodically, I better have more than 10,000 I better have more than 10,000 savings. Let me tell y'all something. I'm talking to y'all right now. I'm talking to everybody. If you're not an outgoing person like me, or many of you not outgoing, and you don't have more than 10,000 in your bank account, I'm gonna question you. What are you doing? You're not going out. How you not having more than 10,000 savings? I go out all the time, so I'm gonna spend more money than the average person. If you got I'm gonna say this, if you got a vehicle, all I'm going in, you got a vehicle, it should be paid off within a year. If you're the type of brother that don't go out, you want everything, which everything gonna come to you. I'm telling you that right now. Everything ain't gonna come to you. But if you're the type of brother that go work, go home, and chill out, not do too much activity, you better have, the piece should be, I have more money saved than Rollo. You guys should be having more saving than me. But if you is struggling and you're not as active as I am, I can't mess with you. I can't mess with you. I can't talk to you. That's my answer. You should have more than 10,000, whether it's a man or woman.
Okay.
Easily.
And I guess, would you say there's like a middle ground in terms of, like, for example, if you're somebody who is outgoing, what would you say to them that they do go out a lot and they're in, I don't know, one next weekend and this weekend, and then the next weekend they're on some like pool party? What do you say to them?
I like that. So that speaks in my lingo. So I like to go out. I like to move around. Okay, so I'm not expected to save like I want to, right? Here's the thing. Who's more connected? The person that's gone home and working, or me going out?
Person going out because you're meeting more people.
So who in the long run? Now listen to my question to you. Who in the long run would be rich? A person staying home and not doing too much activity outside of his workplace, or a person that's doing more outside of his workplace? Who's gonna be richer within 5 years? Quick that time.
The person who's going out because you're meeting more people. You're just more connections, more opportunities.
There you go.
Yes,
So how is it possible? How can it be that people that don't go out have more of a spending problem than me? I'm asking you that question.
I don't know how. I really don't. Like I said, you should have
Is
to
it not
say
true? Is it not true?
that's true. There are people they just online shop. I guess I don't know.
You should. Most of y'all should be having 30,000 right now in 2 years. Even if you're not making, even if you're making under 1,000, there's no excuse. You should be saving certain amount per week or per 2 weeks, and you should at least have a 10,000 before the year's over with. Bro, when I go out, I'll be like surprised how much I spend per day. I don't even look at it. So when I do look at it, like the bank now, they have it to where they tell you how much you spend because they all in my business. You want to know how much I spend in 2 weeks?
How much?
$6,000.
All of them calling, bro.
When I tell you I could get certain things within 2 weeks, I could get it in 2 weeks. I don't waste time. I'm not waiting on no check no more. A lot of people wait on their check. The average American wait on their check. I'm not waiting on the check. I go outside to get outside of the check. So while you doing your 8 hours and you doing your 2 hours BSing on the phone and not making money, I'm making money on my phone in my car. And I think a lot of banks and a lot of people don't like that because they can't control you. I think a lot of people have allowed their jobs to control them and dictate their life. I don't allow it. Even with YouTube, it don't matter.
So what would you say? How do you get over that fear of losing your job or getting out of that 9 to 5 mentality? What are some things you?
It's not about losing. It's about getting ready for the next winning. I look at it as when they fired me at the 2-3 years back.
Yeah.
That was the best thing that ever happened. Looking back at it now, because I would have been stuck managing that place. I would not meet the people I meet today. It will be no Zach's in Florida being successful. It will be no DER being successful over there in Tampa. And more likely, I'm not saying I'm the reason. However, I am the reason that Ringo have thought about moving to the South. By the Lord's perspective, got his family out of New York. So look at it from that perspective. No excuses.
Yeah, you're right. No excuses. Love the message. Let's see. I think we got, like I was saying, how do you keep the hope? What would you say? Because we talked about.
It's no hope with me. It's either I get it or not. I don't believe in hope.
Okay, so no hope.
I don't believe in hope. Hope is fear to me.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm hoping I'm gonna get this. That's fear.
Okay. So it's either.
I hope I get a woman. I'm not gonna get a woman. Let me tell you something. If I hope I get a woman, I'm not gonna get a woman. How about that? Hope. What happened with Barack Obama's hope? What did it turn into? A nightmare. It's fear. It's a devil tactic. We got to get out of certain words. Hope is a narcissist word. I don't like using that word hope. But I answer your question though.
Okay.
I hope.
Okay.
I hope means I'm trying to see what you're gonna say.
Okay.
If that answer your question, yeah.
So it's either do or don't.
Yeah.
That's it. Straightforward.
That's like hoping I get money today.
Yeah.
If I don't work, I don't get money.
That's true. Don't work, you don't need. Okay. So my next question is, when you meet those people that are in the top level or they are successful people,
Right.
How do you conduct business with them? Do you try to get to know them personally, or you just keep it strictly business, or you?
I get to know them by business, and if they want to invite me into their world, that's on them. I don't force it. You never force a business person to want to chill out with you, invite you to certain things. A lot of people be forcing stuff. They don't tell. They tell you, "Oh, the rich person denied me." No, what did you do? You force it. You can't force people to tell you something. They have to be ready to tell you it. That's like telling God, "Where's my money at?" And God laughing. You coming to him, telling him where's your money at, instead of praying to the closet and do what he asks of you to do, then he'll provide the services for you. Never go to a rich person and say, why you can't help me? Don't ever be desperate. Never. I don't care who it is. Never show a person you're desperate. Never.
Don't even show them new ideas that you got.
No, 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 no. I'm talking about, it's not about ideas. You ring around the collar. Never show them how desperate you are for their attention.
Okay. So pretty much just keep doing your thing, and then whenever they are ready
Decide to bring you in, they'll bring you in.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's like getting with a woman. A lot of you guys, you talk with a woman, you get the number, you get the information. You don't know what to do with it from there. Well, I got the number, Rollo. Okay, so let me ask you this question. You got the number, what you do with it? Nothing. Then why you telling me? Don't waste my time. You got her number, what you gonna do with it? We gonna look at the number every day, huh? You gonna look at the number, look at the photo? Oh, she's so beautiful, she's so cute. Hey, you're not the only one that said that. What are you going to do to get her to want to be with you? I ask you that question. If a woman approach you right now and say something to you, how are you gonna make it to where you could get her to get up with you later on during the day? What would you tell her?
What I would do, I would.
You take it too long.
I would. My response is I would just do what I normally do, my regular routine. Because at the end of the day, if she wants to get with me, she's gotta see what I do on a daily basis, how I move.
Women don't care about what you do on a daily basis. Women are in for the right then and there. You gotta make her feel like she picked the right decision.
Okay.
Otherwise, she gonna give you that nod. She'll give you the number, but she will never respond to you because you didn't show her that you're serious. So she gonna choose somebody else.
So how do you show that you're serious?
What I do is I'd say, hey, what's going on? I seen that you was looking at me from the time you came in. So what's your name? Here's my number. Here's how you can reach out to me when you're ready. And then she'd be like, hey, here's my number. I say, okay, boom. If you ain't doing anything this week or anything later on, we could link up, get to know each other, and let's see where it goes from there. See how quickly that is? The only thing she could tell me is I have interest in somebody else, I'm with somebody else. I say, okay, thank you for your time. May you and that person do your thing. And guess what happens? 5 minutes later, I got another woman's number. And we linking up. It always happens for me.
So pretty much just set your intention, and then however it goes, if it don't go the way you intended it, just move on.
It's not about you. It's not about you and the person. It's about are y'all going to be committed to the goal. It's never about the person. It's never about you. We got to stop making it about us. It's not about us. Yeah.
When you say it's not about, you said it's not about the person, or is it not?
It's not about the person. It's about what you and that person are doing. Action.
Okay.
Words, they manifest when your actions talk.
Okay. So what you're saying is, set like a event or whatever to meet up and do.
You don't have to do an event. You can meet up, let's say a bowling. Even if you're not into bowling, she might be into bowling. Something that you can get to talk with each other. It could be a park, walking around. If you come to Florida, I can meet women here. The mall, park, beach. It don't have to be the club. The club is just, to me, the club is to make money. I'm making money in the club. So if I go meet a woman in the club, we're gonna make money. We're gonna do social media. I'm gonna pay her on the side. We're gonna get on live. We're gonna talk our talk. I get my cut. I get my views. I get my support. People see I'm interacting with this woman. They could tell that it's just business. Boom, money come in. If it's come in, and that's it. I look at women as going to the clubs and party. I look at them as business opportunities. But if I meet them in the beach or in the mall, it's a more of get to know each other. Guys want the easy. You don't. You want it easy, you're gonna get bad results. You're supposed to be working for each other.
So my question is, I'm asking the question back to you. What would you do to stand out in that sense?
I don't have to say too much. My walk and my actions speak. Women like men that are confident and don't have to say too much. The more you talk, the less she's attracted to you. Unless she has high attraction for you. But you don't want to overdo it. Because you're going to get burned out.
So essentially, just you being who you are, that's what it is.
Yep.
Okay. That's what I was getting at. But I see what you're saying. Let's see here. What is your thoughts on the topic when they say money, looks, status? What is your point of view on it?
That gets you far. That gets you far. Of course that gets you far. But a lot of those guys ain't confident though. They deem confident on the internet, but they're not confident in real time. I have met them. I seen Fresh and Fit in real time. Them guys is very shy. Off camera.
Gotcha. So for you, it matters, but it's not the end all be all.
Yep.
Okay. And at the end of the day, you would say the I guess you could say, is more so the inside, right? Or what would you say is the it?
The it is your brain.
Okay.
Your heart and your brain must connect for them to work for the woman to be into you.
Okay.
She got to feel your heart and she got to see where your mind stimulates her.
Okay.
Nobody ever said that on the internet.
Yeah, that's new for me. I've never heard that. The brain
Yep.
and the heart. Okay.
Yep.
So get into, when you say the heart, can you get into that more? What do you mean?
Your heart has to beat for her to get sexually, mentally. She has to feel your heart, has to make her bosoms and her eyes and her lips and her hair has to be consistent of what you say to her
Okay.
and how you say it.
Gotcha. So it has to be genuine. Genuine, right?
They don't want to hear genuine. I'm gonna tell you why they don't want to hear genuine. A lot of men that's being genuine don't have a woman right now.
Gotcha. Okay.
Do you have a woman being genuine?
At the moment, I'm solo.
No, I know that. What I'm saying, when you was in a relationship,
Yeah.
when you was being genuine, how far did the relationship go?
Not far.
There you go. A woman don't care for genuine. She already know you genuine.
Okay.
She want to know why the hell you in fear of doing what you're supposed to do as a man.
Okay.
That's what's going to keep a woman around longer. Most successful marriages of men that's very successful are because they're not in fear. Women like a man that's not in fear. A lot of men are in fear. Even men that have kids with women from previous or getting into a relationship, they're in fear. When you show a woman fear, she done with you. That's a fact. That's not emotions, that's a fact.
Okay. So what are things you can do as a man to overcome that fear? Just always face
Stop making excuses.
Okay.
Know that you're gonna see a woman respects a man that knows he's gonna deal with the backlash. Let me tell you what a woman told me a long time ago. She said, Rollo, one thing I like about you, that when you got with me, you dealt with the backlash and you didn't let the backlash of the rumors dictate you of not wanting to be together. The only reason why it didn't work is because at that time I didn't want to leave New York. A long time ago. This is when I was in my 20s. and New York was at its high peak. She moved to LA. She was like, let's go to LA together. And I'm like, nah, I'm doing good. I'm working Wall Street. This is when I was in my Wall Street days in the 2004, 2005. And she wanted to move to LA. It was after the Gentile white woman I was dealing with. It was a nice sister. She got tired of New York. She wanted to move to LA. We was gonna get something big. I just wasn't ready for it. I was just into the fun of New York. I was getting a taste of New York, being on Park Avenue. All when I looking back, she was right. I know she probably in LA, married, whatever. They probably want to get out of LA. The point is, yeah,
Okay. So
stop being in fear.
okay. So as a man, to not live in fear, you just gotta show it for yourself and do what you say you're gonna
Yeah,
do. Okay.
that's how the woman stay around.
Gotcha.
And she ain't gonna tell you that. She gonna show you by her actions. She don't have to tell you. And a lot of people want confirmation all the time. Confirmation. You don't need to have confirmation for a woman to be into you.
Gotcha. And then I would say my next question, because you mentioned the heart and then you said the brains. So get into the brain.
How long can you get her interest in what you're saying? Try not to be as repetitive and repeat the same thing. Um, Sometimes when you talk to your partner, um, try to talk to them. You could talk to them frequently. It all depends on the type of work you do. You gotta build with her. You gotta build with her. You gotta let her know that she's the one. Not by what you say, by what she see. By what she see, you know what I'm saying? Yep. Go ahead.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
So we can hit the heart, we hit the brain. We talked about not living in fear.
Yep.
Um, let's see. What would you say, okay, for a brother in my situation, for any young guy out there,
Okay.
or even a guy who wants to start over in life, what would your advice be to them? They're starting from the bottom, or they're growing in life. What are some areas? What would you recommend to them? Like get a skill, go to college. What would you recommend for them?
Get a skilled trade. Get a skilled trade. Work at a place part time that you have something feasible coming in while you work on your skilled trade, and look at where you stand at within that time frame. Is it worth it? It's got to be worth it. You can't. Don't force yourself into a situation because everybody else is doing it. Do it because you are ready for the outcome that comes with it. Never force a situation because that's what gets you in debt, get you more broke, mentally, physically, and spiritually.
Never force. Okay.
Yep, never force it.
And let's see. Since you mentioned spiritual, what would you recommend to stay strong spiritually?
Besides having a connection with the Most High in Christ, have two people that you can interact with that is going to hear you out and going to give you the best advice and look into what they're saying. Just don't be too much of a burden to them because that could push most people away. I learned that the hard way too.
So basically, find two good, trustworthy people that you can talk to, and they'll hear you out and give you sound advice.
And make sure and know that they're not doing good sometimes too. Hear each other out. It helps. Yeah, it helps both parties out.
And then, how do you do that without being a burden? Because you mentioned you've done that, and then the relationship.
Because I did it with the opposite sex. You never put the burden on a woman to the point that she loses respect for you. Now they didn't lose respect for me. They didn't lose respect for me. It was shocking to them that I would talk about those issues. Women love hearing your issues, not to the extent of you pushing them away, because remember they're emotional.
Okay.
Um, I would say talk to the guys that sound that's not going to be that's they mentally stable, because there's a lot of unstable men too.
Okay. And then, what are signs of a man that's stable? Because maybe some people might not know what that
He's
looks
too
like.
he's relaxed. He's never he's relaxed.
Okay.
He never looks at, oh my goodness, if I purchase this or if I get with this person, something gonna happen to me. He's positive.
Okay.
He's not naive, because people believe positive people is naive. No, they're not. The people that is naive is the ones who think they know everything.
Okay. So somebody who's optimistic and you say like reliable. You need those.
Yeah, but never take advantage of it, because I think oftentimes people take advantage of people that really help them out and not even support them when they're supposed to.
You know what? That's another good question.
Never support them when they're supposed to.
How do you? How can I put this? How do you not? What are some things that you do to make sure you're not being used or taken advantage of? What are some tactics or maybe things you pay attention
You're
to?
always going to be used,
Okay.
because we use each other to we use the car to get here.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
If we don't use the car to get here, we're gonna walk. That we using our legs to walk here. So
Okay.
it's not getting around that.
Okay.
It's using each other to respect each other.
Okay. So it has to be some form of respect. Yeah, we're using each other, but there's respect there, and that's the key. Okay.
And it's got to be earned.
Yeah, that's
Can't be forced.
true. Okay.
See, if we force ourselves here, if we would have forced ourselves to come to the mall, then it would not plan out the way it worked out.
Yeah. Things happen on its own. We had originally we had a different time, and it happened to change. I was, we were both flexible enough to meet at that different time. So, for me, it wasn't a big deal. I'm flexible, so I see what he's saying.
Yep.
You got a point.
Because if you force the situation and then something happens, then you're gonna get more. Like when you told me the time, I said, yeah, I'll be there that time,
Yeah.
and I explained to you something came up. Give me time. Most people would have been upset and forced the situation.
Yeah.
You never force a situation with somebody of importance. Never.
Hmm.
Like if I talk to an owner and he say, "Hey, I'm gonna link up with you at 2 o'clock," I don't expect him to link up at 2 o'clock. He just giving me a time to where if it's 2 o'clock, I know it could be 4 o'clock. Something could come up,
Yeah.
and so I know you're not used to that, because most people are not used to certain events. Something could come up. It happens.
Yeah.
See, if you would have said, man, you know what, Rollo, I said this time and you didn't come, forget about it. That would have you would have got here another way, yet you would not have the opportunity to get to know the person
Yeah.
in person. And it would have bothered you. I know it would have bothered you.
Yeah.
And that happened to another person. They wasn't patient, you know what I'm saying? And you don't know what the person is going through. That's why I always tell people, make sure you have a 2, 3 hour window. You never know. That's how I do. I deal with a lot of business people. They'll tell me, come at 4:30. I don't come at 4:30. I come at 5 o'clock, because I know they're not ready. They got family, they got kids. Uh, I know they're gonna pay me. Yet it's not about the pay. It's about the respect. And so they seen that I had respect. Boom, they spotted me some money for the.
Do you ever worry, or think in your mind, like, what if they did actually come at that time? Like, in terms of, like, they're a very timely person. What if they actually did show up at 4:30, and then you came at 5? In that
They
situation.
they they normally know things can happen. So if they call me at 4 o'clock, I'm already in the area.
Okay.
So it's not the point of me being late. It's the point of I make sure I have everything situated, so I'm within that half an hour away from them.
Okay.
It's all about timing.
So you would say you just plan it out, like to where
You
just
never plan things out because it never works out. Even in business, you could say, "Hey, I'm gonna be in New York in 3 hours." Something could be going on with the plane. The person waiting 2 hours more. Things happen.
I guess when I say plan, like more like a plan B, like in case that happens.
Yeah,
That's what I mean when I say plan.
yeah,
Okay, gotcha. So always have like a plan A, plan
yeah.
B.
What happens to? Let me ask you this question.
Yeah, yeah.
What happens to people that go to work every day on time? How long you think they stay at the job? Uh oh.
Oh, what happened? Yeah.
No, I'm saying uh oh to you.
Oh, okay. What happens to people who show up on time all the time?
Yeah,
They get taken advantage of. That's what
and they get fired before the person that never show up on time. Why is that?
because they don't respect you. I don't know what
There you go.
they think that, oh, he's gonna be there all the time. I don't have to worry about it. So they just take advantage of it.
But who allowed them to take advantage of you? Them? You? Yeah.
It's on you. So yeah, you always gotta point it back to yourself. When things don't go right in life, you always gotta look within and ask yourself, what am I doing to create this situation? So yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Yep. You always got to pay for people's time, man. Pay for people's time. There's different ways of going about it. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real.
They saying anything in the comment section?
Anybody got any questions now? Let me see. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got questions for Carter? Y'all know the routine. If you got any questions, y'all know the routine. Any questions for Carter? Because we're about to get out of here in a few minutes. Any questions for Carter, y'all? Yeah, the chat is real quiet right now. The chat is real quiet for the most part. They just tuning in, listening.
Maybe they're driving. Or just, like you said, listening.
Yeah. So what's your take on the mall, man?
Like I said, it's cool. They got a lot of stores here, a lot of high-end stores. Good vibe. We got some people working, others hanging out with their family. The kids, they're having fun here in this store. So it's cool. I like the vibes here.
Anybody in the chat got any questions? Now's the time. We're going on an hour. We're going within an hour, y'all. This is the time to answer your questions for Carter. Or you got any questions for me or Carter? Now's the time.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send it to you when I'm done. Yeah, go ahead.
They got questions?
Nobody got any questions?
They don't have questions. I'm out of questions. I don't have anything else. I asked everything I wanted to ask.
I'm going to give y'all another minute, y'all. Anybody got any questions? Because we're about to get on out of here. So, my last question to you before we get on out of here for the audience is, if there's anything you take from this conversation, what have you picked up on, and what you looking forward to when you return back to the Midwest?
Uh, I would say the main thing I picked up on is um, just again, it all goes back to just focus on yourself, continue working on yourself, facing those fears, especially as a man, you want to face those fears. Everything you want to do and accomplish, write it down, have a goal list, and do what you can every day to work towards it and do it. Don't just hope. Don't just think. Don't maybe, no if. Just create a game plan, even if it's short, like 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, a minute if you're super busy. Just do what you can to just continue to push forward and progress it. And in terms for me, when I go back to the Midwest, I'm just ready to get back to work, yes, and get better at what I do, better my craft, learn more, and we'll continue learning. Also, just like what we were talking about a little bit, just have a little bit more balance too, because sometimes I can get caught up in work, go home, but I'm a very introspective person, so I notice these patterns and just breaking that habit a little bit, go out, talk to different people, meet, connect. So just opening up that social side. So definitely.
And what's your take on the ladies coming by, back and forth?
You already know, man. We're in Florida, so a lot of beautiful ladies out here. A lot of them.
Yep. All right, y'all. So that's pretty much about it. We thank y'all for tuning in to the show. Brown Royalty to the people with the business. Any final words to the audience?
My final words, let's keep pushing forward. That's it.
All right, y'all. Peace.